We are at Otaku Recon. Apparently, there's someone singing. So cool.
Actually do the voiceover first as well.
Most Western animation, you know, like Simpsons, Family Guy, Futurama, stuff like that, they record, the actors all come together into the studio and they record the episode first, and then they hand it over to the animators who will do all the animation. Good question. It is, you know what, it is harder than people think. It's a different set of skills. How many of you guys have ever done any acting? Like in high school, in community theater, in church maybe? Well, it's like acting, but it's a different set of skills. Because, for instance, if Reuben is acting on camera, all he has to do is look at the camera, and he can communicate something, right? Well, if you're a voice actor, that doesn't help you, because just looking doesn't communicate anything. To wave your arms around, stand really mean, none of that matters, because the only thing the audience is going to hear is what comes through your voice. So, traditional acting, you have many different tools. You have your facial expressions, you have your costume, you have your body language, you have your gestures, whatever. All of those things, you don't have those anymore when you're voice acting. It all has to come through the voice. So that's the part that makes it a little tricky.
And coming from a typical using all your tool sets all the time, especially me being a very physical guy, it was very difficult for me to move into that, taking all the tools away, all your, these tools, and having to really amp up your voice. And there's a ton of little mini tools within that voice. Right. My technique and this and that, and watch this and do this, and little details that I had to learn, still learning, to convey what you would.
Right. Exactly. And you know what, you guys? That's why you see a lot of Hollywood movie stars, and they do voices in animated movies, and they're not that good. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know why they're not that good? Because that's not their specialty. Their tools are their facial expressions.
The thought of doing it would be difficult.
Yeah, that would probably be awkward, what he said. I've never done any of that either, but, you reminded me of something I was going to say. What was it? Oh, I was going to tell you something that's interesting about voice acting also. Sometimes the person that's writing the script, the person that's actually translating the Japanese into English and then writing the script, they are watching the video, right? They're watching the video, and they're writing the lines that they think are going to match and that fit into the mouth flash, right? There's only one problem. They perform the lines the way they would perform them. Sometimes when you come into the studio and you get the script, you don't talk the way they do. Perhaps you speak faster. Perhaps you speak slower. And suddenly the line that they wrote doesn't fit into the mouth flash. So a lot of times the voice actor, and I'm sure Reuben has done this as well, a lot of times the voice actor has to improvise very quickly and rewrite the line or tweak it in some way to make it a little longer or a little shorter, because the actor performs the line differently than the person who wrote the script when they were writing it. So that happens a lot of times as well.
And some directors, some script writers, they want it so dead on that there's not much freedom, so it makes our job more difficult. Directors or projects that are like, no, just, tweak it the way you want, change it up, whatever, go ahead and do that. Those are the best. We love those directors, we love those producers or writers, but there's been some projects, like I was mentioning to you guys earlier.
Consider doing yaoi together. You know what? I I would consider letting you do yaoi with him.
To say, you know, Vic and I have gotten to know each other quite well in the past couple of days.
Yeah,
You know, nice and hot and warm.
Long walks on the beach at night. Now I know what you mean when you ask me if I wanted to work out.
So, you know, we'll be building up to something. I don't know what anything is possible.
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
Money?
Alcohol?
Party!
No, actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and answer seriously. That's not really my thing. So I hope that doesn't offend anybody. You are welcome to love the things that you love. And I love you, whatever you like, I still love you. So
basically you're saying that option between us is still open.
yeah. This could still happen. I think maybe he could give you your own adventure time. You know what I mean?
I think I recorded
Next question.
How do you know where to place a voice? How do you know what